like a lot of the old school dads, they're like, figure it out. And sometimes the moms are like coddling. I'm kind of right in the middle where I'm like, you have to, this is your burden. I told my son when he was in a restaurant, I go, we're not sharing in the burden of being an athlete. I'm just a coach. This is you. You're the one that's got to manage your water intake the night before. It's painful, but I'm not going to talk to you about it. It's your deal. But so my approach, and I always say that our coaches are counselors, not coaches. So what I like to do is say, you're going to have to go through this on your own. Here's what you're probably thinking now. Here's the right way. Here's another option. Here's the steps. It's never going to get easier, but it's never going to get harder. Don't have an emotional reaction to it. And your opponent who's cutting weight tonight too is going through the same thing, just like boxers and gymnasts and ballerinas and, wrestlers. So unfortunately, this is a part of our sport. Either way, so I like to say, this is your burden. You have to do this, but here's how I would go about it. But still, you can't do it for them, and you can't try to. We just had a mom. She's desperately trying to get her kid pulled out of wrestling, and I'm like, is he going to wrestle next year? Yes. Then don't let him quit. Now, if he hates wrestling, then don't do it. Go try squash. Go play football. I don't know. Go do acting. Tom Brand's son was an actor. He didn't wrestle. Tom's Olympic champ. Tom's like, he didn't care. No one cares.
Can't force him to.
But your son doesn't want to wrestle in the summer because he wants to just play. Mm. Or maybe practices are too hard because he's a youth kid. I'm sure their peewee practices aren't very difficult. Number 3, he probably has some partners who are beating his butt. If he's not going to wrestle ever again, then yes, let's remove him. But if he's going to wrestle, keep him in here. Drake Howdishell's dad says to this day, he goes, when Drake started in my room, he would have to go to the car during live because he would get beat so bad he didn't want to watch it. He goes, I feel guilty saying this. And he told me this to my face. And he's like, I was like, Drake, you sure you want to go back? Because I was kind of like trying to convince him that maybe we wait a little bit. But I was like, waiting doesn't help. It's like, so by staying at home and taking 8 months off, you're going to be better next year. It's not a maturity thing because you're not getting beat by 14-year-olds. You're getting beat by other 8 and 9-year-olds. Right. Just come in here and take your beating. And Drake's like, no, I'm going back. And now he's an NCAA champion. Yeah, but I don't think a lot of parents they don't have the mental toughness to have an athlete involved in a combat sport. And so they pull their kids out and then they say burnout or whatever. But it's emotionally draining for the parent. They got to have what it takes, and not all of them do.
I think sometimes it's tougher to be a parent than it is to be the athlete.